I'm Kelsey Carter, and I just promoted to Diamond last month, and my husband and I got $24,000 in bonuses, so we're really excited about that. The way that I came up with It Works was actually, I didn't really even know the person I signed up with. Her name is Aubrey, and she sent me a message one day and asked me if I was interested, and I wasn't at the time, and so I kind of just said, well, I don't really understand how any of it works. I don't really know how you make money or what all you have. And she kind of told me a little bit about it. But then after that, we never talked again. And then for 9 months, 9 different people asked me to join. And I think I ignored every single one of them. I actually don't think I responded to any of them. And finally, I was 8.5 months pregnant with our second child. And I was a server at Red Lobster, and I was in school full time. And so the only time that I had to work were weekends, and it was usually night shift. So we were running really low on money, and I wasn't able to work like I normally was. And so we were using a lot of our savings. And then I was like, well, maybe I could try to do It Works. And so, okay, did not even have Aubrey's number, so I could not call her or text her. I Instagram stalked her, and I found her website. I'm sorry. I found her website from weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and I just went to it, and I was like, hopefully this join button is how I sign up. And so I signed up, and I don't know. What else that's pretty much my story. That's how I got started.
Okay, well, Kelsey, when she signed up, she did not waste 5 minutes before she started posting, and that's something that I absolutely love. She did not wait till her kit came in. She posted pretty much the instant she signed up. I don't even know how long after it was. And just tell about how your mom told you that, if you're going to do it, you need to do it, and how did you know what to post? Because your posts are so great.
Okay, I was thinking about joining for probably about a month before I actually joined, and so I was talking to my mom about it, and she said, if you're going to join, then you need to give it your all. If you're not going to give it 100%, then do not do it. And so I was like, okay. Well, then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do it. And so I gave it 100%, and I give it 100% every day. From the beginning, the very first post I made, I remember, was a picture of myself, and it was kind of long, and I was just like, I've decided to join It Works, and I'm really excited. I've got 4 wraps to sell, and I don't know, I kind of just try to be really creative and really personal with all of my posts. There are times when I use ideas from other people, but I want people to see me and know that came from my head, and that I'm not using anybody else's ideas.
I love that. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just go over a little bit of things, and it's going to be kind of scattered, but we're going to do it. So this is your step to success, which literally means how you become successful. And you joined the party, so you already got all of this in your kit. The second step is to get your 4 loyal customers, and you want to do that as quickly as possible. At our charting party last night, we talked about all of the benefits of, immediately getting your customers, not waiting till your kit is in. And that gives you, when you get every time you get 2 loyal customers forever, you get a wrap reward, which means that you get a box of wraps for $25 instead of the $59. So your profit goes from $41 to $75. And that's awesome. And people love wraps. And that's every time you sell a wrap, that is another potential customer or a potential distributor. So you want to get that on as many people as you possibly can. And that's for the rest of the time you're in It Works. You will always get a wrap reward for every 2 customers you sign. But the first 4 customers you sign, you will, if you do it within your 30 days, and even though you have 30 days, we like to challenge you to do it in 72 hours. Those first 4 loyal customers, you will get $120 in free product credit. And if you get those customers, get the credit, order some new products, you can have another picture and say, I've just been in the business for a week and I've already gotten all of this for free. If you've been wanting to try a product, why don't you go ahead and ask me how you can get all this for free? And that opens your door to grow your team off the bat. Whenever I did it, I'm pretty sure I accidentally ordered 2 boxes of wraps. Not intentionally, but if you do get 2 boxes of wraps, you can sell those. That's $200 cash right back in your pocket. But another thing I like to recommend to do is get things that are samples, like samples of Wow, energy drinks, greens on the go, things that you can hand out to people, because every sample that you give out is another potential customer or potential distributor. Even though you can't sell those individually, that will be an investment. If it's a smarter idea to use your free product credit than taking that out of your pocket. But it's completely up to you, whatever you want to do. If you want to get, some things for you to personally try to have a product testimony, that's awesome. Like a hair, skin, and nails, do a 30-day before and after. If you want to do the ProFit to have pictures of protein powder, there's just so many products that you can try that are actually great. There's really no way to go wrong with that unless I don't know. There's no way. You just get your product credit and start using it and whatever. So your next step after that is to go Ruby. And I know it seems like that's a long time to get to Ruby, but you want to start.
Hey, Chelsea.
Yes.
Can we pause for just a second? We have a couple of people who can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you're recording.
Oh, it's okay. I want people to be able to hear.
Yeah. There's been a couple of us or a couple people.
Should I be testing it?
I don't know. There's one's using on her Samsung.
Huh. Can everyone else hear me?
I can. Can she leave and come back?
Yep.
We're going back to their villages. And so I thought, what if we could
I
have
have to join in some certain way. It's like whenever I got on my MacBook, I had to join using my computer, so I had to record twice.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just I don't know what to do. I guess I could just continue and then they can watch the replay if they can't connect.
She's got
Okay.
got it.
You got it?
I'm here. I don't know if y'all can hear me though.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna okay, yeah. So you want to start working off the bat to get to that Ruby, because you want that bonus and you want that momentum, and you don't want to wait until the end of your time's up to start doing it, because it'll be close to impossible. And people will sense your urgency, and it kind of comes off that it's more of a selfish reason, whereas when you do it at the beginning and you have plenty of time, you can make it more about them, which is really important. Because these aren't just, spots on your chart that you have to fill in. These are lives that you are potentially really changing. And the cool thing about it is when you sign up, these first people that you sign, these are probably the people that are going to the top of the company with you. So you don't really want to just have it's awesome. Whoever wants to do it with you, of course you want them on your team, but it's really a special opportunity, and you want people that you actually really love and care about. And that's how I think about it now. When I tell people, it's not just, oh, I just need these people, whoever they are. You want to reach out to people and tell them that this is a huge opportunity, and this spot on your chart, it's a big deal. And it's kind of a privilege for them to be one of the first people that you reach out to, because just tell them, you're determined. I'm going to the top, and I found out the people that joined with me in the beginning, they're usually the ones that are with me, and I want you to be the one who's standing by my side when I'm on stage at conference and I'm at the top of the company. Let's do it together. And I look back at the people that I signed first, and some of them, most of them I'm still extremely really close with, and I'm so glad they're the ones I did it with, because I couldn't have done it without them. We ran together. It was a team effort. And the ones that stick around, because you will see that there are people that don't, but the ones that stick around, they become your best friends. They become your family, and you're going to work very closely with them. So you're going to want to choose people that have great personalities and, great work ethic, and, that you really actually care about and you would like to work with on a daily basis, because you're going to be talking to them all the time. Okay. So I have this Ruby chart, which is basically the one that corporate does. But it also has like fill in the blanks for your first 4 customers over here and your 30-day mark when you need your product credit by and your Ruby deadline. And this is available in the documents. And these spots, something else that's really neat is when you sign these distributors, when they get their first 2 loyal customers, as long as it's within their 30 days, you get a $99 bonus, which is completely awesome. And, just signing one distributor who gets their 2 loyal customers, that's your money back immediately. If you use the reps on your kit, on yourself, that's automatically your investment back. And you have the opportunity to get those forever with the company every time you sign a distributor. And I looked the other day, and in 2 years, just in Fast Start bonuses, I've made close to 100. And that means 100 times I've made my investment back just in Fast Start bonuses, not commissions, nothing else. That's a good investment. Like any company, stockbrokers, whatever, if you said, I want my money invested to get 100 times back in 2 years, they'd be like, okay, but like this company can do that. And that's not even counting on my other ways I've made money in the company. So that's awesome. On this chart, everyone is going to need to get to 400 in volume. The 400 club is like such a big deal. I remember when I hit the 400 club, I was like, oh my gosh, like that means that you're serious, you're committed, you're awesome, and you can be great in this company if you can get to the 400 club. And so not only does it help your uplines promote, it also shows them that you're serious about this company. It shows you that, it gives you confidence. So you always want to strive to get to 400 in volume by the end of the month. But the sooner you get it, the better. And then you want to help your team do the same thing. Okay. So who are my leaders on here? I can't even see who's on here. Aubrey, will you talk about charting just a little bit?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Talk about charting.
Yes. Like signing distributors.
Like how to or
Yeah.
how to place on chart?
Just talk about how to sign them first.
Okay. How to. I'm talking to a girl right now. So basically what I have done the past few months is, if y'all have not watched Chelsea's like beast mode video that she posted in the Boom group, if you really are serious about promoting, it's long, but it is really, really good stuff. So I did that, and I literally have gone through on Facebook and Instagram people that I've talked to 7 months ago, following up with. Or I'll find them on Facebook and just say, hey girl, we haven't talked in a really long time. And I'll try to say something personal about whatever's going on in their life at the moment. If they just got engaged or married or had a baby or something. And then just reach out to them and say, hey, I don't really know what your financial situation is right now, but I know what you're about. And it is amazing, and I would love to have you. What I'm saying now is that, like I'm looking for 3 Ruby leaders on my team, however many spots, I'm looking for. I'm looking for 3 new Ruby leaders on my team, and I think that you would be a great one to have, and I would love to have you. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in? And that is something that I have had a lot of success with lately, and you would be surprised how many people really do need it, and that they're not scared to tell you that.
I love that. Okay, Kelsey, will you tell how you initially get leads? Like, how do you find the people that you're going to follow up with eventually? Like, how do you get people that are interested? Like, where do you find them?
I use Instagram a lot, but I post on Instagram and Facebook every single day, at least 5 to 6 times a day. And I know that sounds crazy. Whenever I first joined, I watched Jade Hooper's video. I don't know if y'all have heard of her, but she makes really, really great training videos. And when she said that you needed to post 6 times a day, I was like, there is no way. Like, I can barely post once a day. There's no way I'm posting 6 times. But I do it, and it really works. So definitely post that much. And then when people like your posts or comment on them, that shows that they're interested. But those are not the only people who are interested, because sometimes people are interested and they don't want to admit it, and they're not going to like anything that you post, but they're still watching. So the way that I make my list of potential loyal customers or distributors are by following up with all of the people who like my pictures. So I'll message them and talk to them and see if they are interested. And I'm like the follow-up queen. I'm very organized, and so I really do write every single person's name down. And even if they say no, I'll write no beside their name, but I'm still going to follow up with them. And when I follow up, that doesn't mean I'm like, hey, I know you said no, but are you interested now? No, it's not like that. It's like, hey, I noticed you just went to the lake this weekend. Did y'all have a good time? And, I talk to them about their lives so that I care about them as a person. And so I really try to focus on building relationships with people and not just talking to them about it works.
That was so good. Okay, I did want to, side note, something I just remembered. There is so many ways to be successful with this company. You do not have to do exactly what someone else did. There's multiple avenues I like to go through just so people know, but it is best when you're trying to promote quickly, especially when you have a deadline for these huge bonuses, for your Ruby bonus, that you do as many of them as you feel comfortable with. And sometimes even the ones you're not comfortable with, try to, step out of your comfort zone, because that's where the magic happens. And I forgot to stress the importance of launch parties. I didn't have one, and so then I didn't really teach my team to have one, and they didn't teach their team. So we haven't really seen the huge benefits of launch parties until I went to Green Carpet and conference, and I heard countless stories from people on stage saying, at a party. I really realized that there's something different about being face-to-face and actually seeing someone and, actually touching the products and seeing these order forms in person, that creates a sense of, urgency, but also, sincerity, I guess. And you can see that they're not just pushing a sale, they're sharing a product that they love, and they're sharing an amazing opportunity. And something about being in person makes all the difference, apparently. So there's people that have been at the top of the company that have just done wrap parties. That's all they've done. So if that's what you're good at, do them over and over again and encourage your team to do the same. I haven't done one, but I would actually love to help any of our local teams do one. I think they're so beneficial, and I think it's so worth it to do those. But so if you're new, I would say that's the next step is to have a launch party, because when you get up there and you tell the story about why you joined and the potential that you see in the company and what you're going to do with this opportunity, it makes them excited that they went in on it. And there's an awesome video by Ashley Olive that if you want to do a launch party and I cannot be there, I can send you that, and it literally walks you through step by step, so you're not doing any of it alone. You're not figuring it out for yourself at all. It's perfectly mapped out for you. So I really recommend doing a launch party. Okay. Does anybody want to talk about auto shipment? Anyone at all? No one? Anyone there? Okay. Kelsey, you do?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you join, you get the choice, in order to be commission qualified, to rely on your loyal customers' orders or to run an ADBV auto shipment. And I have had someone on my team rely on her loyal customers' orders, and let me tell you today that is the worst decision you could make, because you actually miss a paycheck. She thought that she had enough volume, and she did not. She thought that she only needed 80 in loyal customers orders, but she had it backwards. And so she didn't have enough, and that next month she thought that maybe that paycheck would roll over to the next month and she was gonna get that money, and she never got it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the importance of an auto shipment, first of all, is to be safe rather than sorry. You do not want to miss a paycheck. The second important thing about running an auto shipment is that the number one question I get from people is, have you tried it? They tell me they're interested in something, and I say, oh, well, let me tell you more about it. And they're like, okay, cool. So have you tried it? Everybody asks me that all the time. And so it's really important for you to be able to say, actually, I have. This is what it did for me. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, they trust you more. So you definitely want to be a product of the product and trying products and, taking pictures with them, and not just posting pictures of somebody else's product, because people want to see that you're using them and you're not just trying to make money.
Exactly.
So true. So another thing, if you are in a place where you cannot afford an auto shipment, I used to say auto shipment is the law, whatever, and I truly do believe that. But if it's the point where you don't have enough money to do it, then I recommend either A, getting wraps, because if you get 2 boxes of wraps, it's $120. You sell those, you're making your money back plus $80. So, and then you have 8 potential customers, and you've commission qualified yourself. Or if you just do not have the money to do it, I really do recommend trying really hard to get that volume with your customers insured. Make sure it's well over 150. It's 150 in sales or 80 BV auto shipment. But if this is going to make you not be able to work this company, it's more important for you to get the volume than to not run your auto shipment, because you don't want to give up on this company, because the only way to not be successful is to quit. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But I do recommend the auto shipment 100% because there's way, way, way more benefits. But I did want to say that. Okay, so with your, let's talk about posting. Kelsey is awesome at posting. All of our leaders are awesome at posting. Aubrey's awesome. I don't even know who else is on the call, but we have some awesome, Savannah's on the call, and she is awesome at posting. She's so cute. You want to make people want to join you. And no one has ever wanted to join you if you post a picture of a wrap like this and just say, wrap, come get them. No one cares. You want people to want to try the product, want to join your team, and they only are going to do that if it's appealing to them. If it strikes a chord with them that makes them relate to you in some way. You know, like I had horrible skin and I tried the skincare line and my skin has never been smoother. Or, you know, after I had my baby, I lost the weight, but my body didn't look the same until I tried wraps. I'm so glad that it tightened my skin the way it did. Or, you know, this company, instead of saying, oh, it's $99 to join my team, you can say, this is my friend Aubrey who used $99 to join my team, and she's going to be able to quit her job because of her $99 investment. That is something that people understand, that they relate to. They think, oh, I would like to quit my job, or, you know, I had bad skin. And honestly, I thought in the beginning that I could post every 3 weeks and just follow up the people that liked it, and then I could post again 3 weeks later, and, you know, that was enough. And it's not, because I have had so many people now that I am active that have bought from me instead of other people, because they said, oh, well, I don't know if she's still selling. I went and looked at her Facebook page and she hadn't posted in a few weeks, so I think she might have quit. And we don't think of it that way when we join, but that's how our customers and our potential see us. And when they decide, you know what, I'm going to spend my $99 and I'm going to invest in this company, and I'm going to pick my leader, they're not going to want somebody that halfway does it. They're going to want the person that's completely all in to teach them how to do it, because they know that person's not quitting on them. That when they invest that $99, yes, it goes to, it works, but they're picking a leader that's going to help them be successful. And you want that leader to be you that they pick. And so they're not going to pick you if you're not committed. And I saw something one time that your posts daily are like your open sign, that you're open for business. And if you're not posting, people aren't seeing it. And I was so worried about annoying my friends. Oh my gosh, I was so worried. And I'm sure I have annoyed some people, honestly. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm sure there's people I have annoyed. But there's certain things that you don't realize, and one of which is that most people are not going to see your post. The way that Facebook algorithms work, it's a very, very small number of people that they actually show your post to on your feed, because it's not in chronological order. It's just, you know, kind of whose page you visited recently or whatever. There's certain algorithms that I don't understand, but I do know that if I posted 6 times today, that there's still going to be a ton of people on my Facebook that don't even see it one single time. So while you think, oh, I'm annoying, they might not even know you're posting. You might not even be on their radar. I have printed out my Facebook friends list, and I've been in the business for 2 years, and I just did this. And I thought when I was going through it, oh my gosh, everyone already knows about it works. Every single person has heard about it. And this is the first time in 2 years that I've actually messaged people that did not like my post and that did not send out message. I went through and I found people that I thought would be awesome, and I sent them a message and just asked them, you know, hey, like, could you use an extra $500 a month? I'd love to have you on my team. But I didn't make it personal. I would say, hey, Mary, I saw that your kids are dressed so cute. I have a theory about how people that dress their kids well, are the best in the business. And I just think that you would be awesome. Would you be interested in hearing more about it? Something personal. And let me tell you what, I got some no's. I'm not going to lie to you. I got some no's. But a lot of people said, not right now. How about later? I'm going to be watching you. And you best believe I better be posting between now and then if they're watching me. And I had some people that said, I don't even know what It Works is. People that have been my friends since I started for 2 years have never seen my It Works post. And it blew my mind. I had people that said, I would love to. I didn't know. I thought I had to be local. I had people tell me, somebody today told me, I have never tried the products before, but is there a way I could try the products? Because if I like them, I'd love to sell them. I just didn't know if I could try them before I sold. Silly things that we would think, oh, of course, but they don't know. And I would have never known that they thought that had I not reached out. This is new for me. In 2 years, I've not really been a reacher out or firster, whatever it is. I've always waited for everyone to come to me. But it's working, and I'm going for a huge promotion. And it's not just about my promotion. It's that I can help so many people along the way. So I'm going to pick out the people that I think will be best and be successful that want to help me get there, and I'm going to help them get there. It's a trade-off. And it's not just it does help you. Of course it helps you. But you're helping them too. And so I stopped thinking about it as, oh, I'm annoying them. And I've started thinking about it as I'm presenting them an opportunity of a lifetime, because it has literally changed my life. And I wouldn't have ever thought that It Works could do this. I really wouldn't have. Even though I was friends with my enroller and I saw that she was making tons of money, I didn't understand until she personally talked to me about it and I saw it firsthand. And some of these people might not be your closest friends. They might not be able to see you in real life and hear it from you. And they might not be able to tell over Facebook posts how it really is such a huge deal until you reach out to them and they think, oh, wow, she sees something special in me. She wants to work with me. Okay, I could definitely use the money. Let me give it a shot. So I do recommend cold messaging, even though it's not something that I'm used to. It's something that I am really grateful for recently. So I know that you might not be there yet, but if you are there, I would love to help you with some messages that you can come up with so that you aren't doing it alone. If you just say, hey, give me some examples of what can say, we can come up with something.
Can I say something?
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
So I was thinking today, because, last month I kind of went through a period where I wasn't posting that much. I wasn't really reaching out that much. And some of it was like, oh, I feel like I'm being so annoying, just like you just said. So I came up with a new motto, and I was like, a lot of people say, well, what if I annoy people? And then I was like, well, what if I could pay all of my bills? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like maybe if everybody kind of thought about it like that, what if I could pay all of my bills instead of if I'm annoying people? That maybe they'd probably be a little bit more successful.
Honestly, most of the people that I've spoken to, no one's been annoyed, honestly. They're all grateful. They all are really understanding and gracious and generous as long as you do it the right way. If you post advertisement after advertisement and you send a copy and paste message, yes, that is annoying and it's rude because it's unpersonal. But if you are doing something that is actually like benefiting them and you're caring about them and it's personal and, it's whatever, they're not going to be annoyed. They're going to be thankful, honestly. Unless they're just a rude person and then that's their problem, not yours. I just saw Morgan said, it does not roll over to the next month. I just saw your question, so I just want to answer that. If you do not run your 80 auto shipment and you do not get the 150 in sales, you're out that money for the month that you would have made. You do not get that paycheck back, so you don't want to risk that. Okay, so the next question was about. Okay, Kelsey, do you want to just talk about posting for a second and about like how you come up with what you say and how your posts are personal? Do you hear me? Kelsey, you got me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever I post, I try to post, I try to think about my audience first of all. And so I'm a mom. I have 2 small children and they're both boys. So whenever I'm looking for people to follow, people I want, to see my posts, I'm looking for moms or college students or anyone who has something in common with me so that we can relate to each other. Okay, so whenever I post, I try to at least post 1 picture a day of my kids one picture of myself because everyone wants to see you. And I know selfies are annoying, but they're not annoying if you post them in the right way with the right caption. People want to see you, and I try to post at least one or two about our products because a lot of people don't know that we have so many more things than wraps. And so I try to make sure that people understand that we have so many different things, and for all age groups and for all types of people. I also try to post at least one or two posts about the opportunity. And so those might be something as simple as, we got a fast start bonus this weekend and we're using it for groceries. And I explain what a fast start bonus is. It's a $100 bonus for those of you who might not know. Or I usually post something about how different life looks now. And so I was a server, and so I usually write something about how I used to have to work every weekend and I would miss out on these types of things. Like, for instance, we had an Easter egg hunt. And I was like, I got to come to my Easter egg hunt with both of my kids, and I didn't have to worry about rushing to go to work that night because that literally was my life for the past 3 years. So, and I always try to be inspirational. A lot of mornings I try to post scripture or like an inspirational quote, something that people want to see when they first wake up in the morning. But I try not, there are a lot of messages that posts that you can copy and paste, and they're great. But I try not to use those because I kind of can use them as a template sometimes, but I feel like people could scroll right through those rather than actually taking the time to read what I wrote out. I want them to see me and know my story.
Love it. Okay, real fast, Savannah. I know we have a lot of moms, and so we market to moms a lot, but Savannah is a college student, and are you still there, Savannah?
Yes.
Okay, I love the way she posts. She is so fun, and even if I was a mom, her posts still appeal to me, even though she's a college student. We're not the exact same phase of life, but her posts are so colorful and fun. And will you talk about your post for a second?
So basically, kind of like Kelsey, I try and post something inspirational every morning. I just try and be consistent with that, but I try not to post like what I say is like too many bellies because, if somebody scrolls down, they don't want to see a bunch of bellies. So I try and post like one of me with a product daily just to show that, hey, I do use this product. So again, if somebody asks, have you used it? You can say yes. And I'm trying to look at my seat. Yeah, just a lot of inspirational quotes, but then I change it up and do a lot of like non-It Works related things too, just so it's not an overflow. Yes. But just something that would catch anyone's attention, bright colors, things like that.
She has great taste and stuff, and she posts her like fashion side too. She has like a market like that. People know like, oh, she's got great taste, and like she likes It Works. Maybe I should like It Works because I like this. Okay, something that is huge that makes all the difference in the world is your confidence. And whether you have just started off and basically nothing, you can be confident about what you do know. And in the beginning, honestly, I was kind of insecure about selling It Works because I didn't know anything about network marketing. I just didn't know how to be. And it would say like, are you an It Works distributor or what do you do? And I'd be like, oh, I sell It Works. Do you think that anybody, when I said that, cared about what I did? Because I was not confident. I wasn't excited. But had I been like, oh, I just started selling It Works. They have so many products. Have you heard of it? I love it. That creates, curiosity. And they're like, okay, tell me more. So whether you know about what all the products are, what they do, whatever, be excited about what you do know. When you post, people can see whether you're typing at the computer like this being all boring or if you're like really excited about what you have to offer, because it is exciting. What you have is so exciting because you have amazing products and you also have an opportunity of a lifetime with all this money that can be made because this compensation plan is out of this world. You should want to shout it from the rooftops. You should want to be excited about it. You should want to tell all the people that you love. And so when they see that excitement, it is infectious and they want to know why you're so excited. They want to know, they want to try the products. They want to know more about the business opportunity. And so right off the bat, the most important thing is to have a great attitude. And your whole everything on any social media platform that you have, it needs to be excited and you need to be happy, because no one wants to buy from somebody that's miserable and says, oh, this person just ticked me off at the drive-through. And then they're like, oh, be an It Works distributor. Yay. You need to be consistent with not only your posting, but who you are as a person and who you want to represent. And you are a business owner and you want to be somebody that people want to do business with. So you've got to really clean up your image if you're having negativity on your page. You're really controversial, whatever. Hey, Riley. And another thing is this business, it takes time. And when you get that momentum going in the beginning, it's way easier than if you kind of wait and you just drag it out or whatever. But regardless of whether you have the momentum or not, some businesses take off from the get-go. Mine didn't. It took me a while. But regardless, you have to not get discouraged. When I got my first check, it was way less than $100. But I thought, hey, if all these customers order the same thing next month, I'm going to be over that $100 I invested. Woohoo! And I mean, I did a lot of things wrong, but I did have a positive attitude. So I will say that. I have never once in this business been like, well, I mean, I'm sure that I have one time. There was one time somebody hurt my feelings. But pretty much for the most part, I've never really ever said I'm discouraged in this business, because I'm always looking for how to improve my business instead of what's wrong with it. And if something is going wrong, I don't blame anyone but myself. I never blamed my enroller for something going wrong in my business. I never blamed someone on my team for doing something wrong in my business. I am in charge of my business. And honestly, when I look at this Ruby chart and I tell people, you have to sign 3 and then one of those has to sign 2. Well, when there's a $500 bonus on the line, when there's a $600 a month commissions on the line, honestly, I'm telling myself I have to sign all 5 of those by myself. If one of those 3 happens to sign 2, well, good for you. That's awesome. And you need to give them a hug because they helped you out so much. But, I'm not counting on them. They're not changing the course of my family. I'm changing the course of my family. So I'm going to tell myself I have to have 5 people. And the person that is going to get that, Aubrey, I just saw your crown. The person that if all 3 of these people are working, how am I going to choose who does this? I have a charting video about all that. But honestly, let me tell you something. So let's just say that somebody assigned you and you're on the top line of their Ruby chart. You want to be the first one to sign a distributor, because if they sign that 4th, I bet you're going to get that second one. They're going to give it to you. So you need to be fighting with these people, to be working the hardest, because that's who your leader is going to want to run with. You want to be the runner on her team. I'm telling you right now, you want to be doing every single thing you can to show her that you're in it for good and that you're committed and that you're going to do what it takes to be successful. Even if people, I'm going to tell you this. If I have 3 people on here and one's discouraged, one's not running their audition, whatever. But this one girl, she hasn't signed any loyal customers and she hasn't signed any distributors, but she's posting every day and she has her auto shipment on and she's trying and she's asking me what else she can do and she's watching training videos. I don't care if this person has signed 4 distributors. I'm probably going to work with this girl because she has the good attitude and I can tell that she's committed. And that's what you want. You want to be that person. So that's really important. And I had something else that popped in my head and I forgot what it was. Aubrey, can you, any of you guys think of anything we didn't cover that a new Ruby would like to know or need to know? Anyone?
I definitely want to. Can you hear me?
Yes, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely want to reiterate having a positive attitude because sometimes, some people are so quick to go to social media and vent about having a bad day, even if it's not a huge vent, even if it's not like my day sucked. But if it was something along the lines of, it could have been a better day, whatever, people see that. And so that really does definitely affect your business. Also, if you're already in the business and this is really important. If you, I don't know if she's mentioned this yet, but if you only have one person on your team, you're a leader. And you need to set the example that you want for your team below you. And so you definitely, negativity breeds negativity, but positivity breeds positivity. And you definitely want a team of just motivated, positive, influential people, on your team that people want to work with, because nobody wants to work with bad attitude. And this is recorded. Are you going to post this somewhere?
Just looking at your crown, thinking, Princess Elsa over here.
Yeah, this is going down.
Okay.
Being positive. Work with what you have. You go to the top, because we're going.
Okay. And one thing I just remembered that I wanted to talk about is as leaders, some of us have a lot of people on our teams. And that doesn't mean that you are any less important than anyone else. But we oftentimes are not great at time management. I'm speaking for myself here. So I don't always think, oh my gosh, I need to check in with her and see if she's okay. So it is vital that if you need help or you have a questions that you reach out, because we don't know. And I've said this before, I don't want people to feel uncomfortable, because this business is go at your own pace. This video tonight is for more of people that are actually actively working their business and want to make significant income from it. But there are some people that do want to just sign up and get free product credit every month and, whatever. So for those people, I don't want to annoy them and think I'm hounding them, because you are your own boss and I'm not here to be your boss. I'm here to be your leader. And I can only lead you if you come to me with questions and say, hey, I need some help, or your other leaders. We have so many resources. I know you're in the It Works Boom page for questions. We just made a posting page if you need help with like ideas that you can work off of. And then there's a Dropbox in the Diamonds Are Forever that has tons of information. So if you are just not one to reach out, check there. A lot of times you can find your questions answered. But if it's something like, what do I say back to this person? We can help you. It is way better for you to ask and reach out than to try to figure it out for yourself if you're lost and you just would rather just, quit than ask a question. That's, silly. You don't want to give up on your on everything that this company has. And so most of you, since this is a Newbie to Ruby meeting, you know that your goal is Ruby. But what is really important is to have your why and to know why you're working for it. Because a lot of times people say, I want to go Ruby. Why? Because I want the bonus. Why? You need to know what you're going to do with that bonus, what that commissions is going to do for your life. Because if you think $600 a month, that's a big deal. But when you think about it, how much is that a year? Like $6,000 a year or something like that extra. I mean, that's a big deal. What are you going to do with an extra $6,000 a year? You need to know what you're working for. And that being on the forefront of your mind will keep you motivated. When somebody says no and it hurts your feelings, well, you know what? There is somebody that's going to need this. And what can that $6,000 do for them? That next person I ask, they might say yes. And that $6,000 a month can change their life. And it's going to be because I'm the one that told them about this business. And, somebody once told me, it's like going around and asking people if they like mustard. Some people are going to say no. Don't take it personally just because they don't like mustard. But there's going to be someone that says yes, And that's what I've had to remember. I'm going to find the person that says yes. And whenever they say yes to liking mustard, it's like, okay, big deal. When they say yes to this opportunity, it can change their life. And I'm going to be the one that's introduced it to them. And I think that is so cool. And another reason why I have started cold messaging people is because It Works is growing, and there's other distributors out there that are asking people. And I used to think, oh, everybody will come to me. Like, they know I sell it. They'll come to me whenever they're ready, and they're going to join my team. And that was wrong. I have lost so many people that have decided to join another team because someone else asked them first. And I've thought, okay, I can't do that anymore. I can't lose people that are going to be amazing because I'm not the one that asked them. And I can't wait for someone else to ask them and let this opportunity change their life. I want to be the one that does it. I want to be the one that they're thanking because their life is completely different. So I hope that this has helped. Is there anything else anybody wants to add or any questions that anyone has? Haley said, any tips about signing DTs? Besides cold messaging, I have just really, really reiterated every single thing that this company has done for me in my post. Even in the beginning, whenever I wasn't making a ton of money, I would brag about the product credit. I would brag about Wrap Cash. I would post a check and say, somebody just left me this in my mailbox because I left some wraps out there. Wow, that was easy. I would post about when people were messaging me. I would say, oh, this is my friend Elizabeth, and these wraps, she got ready for the weekend with one wrap, and she looks awesome. I would say, this is my mom. Her hair was thinning after she turned 40, and her hair is thicker than it's ever been. Even if people hadn't got their product yet, I would say, oh, this is my friend, whoever. She's had skin problems her whole life. I cannot wait until she tries our skincare line because I know this is going to make a difference. I would talk about all of the money, because when people see that you're talking about your customers, they realize there's a lot of people that want these products. Maybe I should sell. I wonder who all I know that would buy from me. So no, don't just talk about the money you're making. Talk about the customers and their results, and but also with anything that you're using your check on, talk about it, because people will start thinking, I would love to be able to have extra money for my groceries. If you buy a new pair of shoes, say, I'm so glad I got to buy these shoes without having to worry about paying for them. And they could think, I'd like a new pair of shoes. When people can put themselves in your literal shoes or figurative shoes, whatever, they can picture themselves getting that extra income and getting that money and what they could do. And talk about the friendships. I really, really, really love the friendships. I mean, I was borderline depressed after having my son because I had no mom friends, and I was the only one that had kids, and it was hard. And I didn't even know that I needed this business for that reason. But like having people that I can talk to all day long that like are there in this stage of life and they are working towards the same goal I am, it is like so fulfilling. And the friendships that I've made through people that have joined my team that have come to me and said thank you, I mean, that's almost as great as the paychecks are. So there's so many benefits of it that you need to post about, because it's not just the money for some people. Sometimes it's the friendship. Sometimes it's the fun. Sometimes it's whatever it is. You need to be appealing to people that something in them is going to make them want to join you.
Thank you.
I do ask my friends before I post about them. Because I don't want them to be mad at me. So I do ask them that. Is there any other questions that you guys have? I really want to answer them all. And so I don't want to leave you hanging. If I overwhelmed you, I'm really, really sorry. But
Yeah, I was going to say something really fast.
okay.
Too. So I don't know if it was touched on whenever Kelsey said something about the auto shipments, but I didn't know this until I watched, who was it? I think Lizzie posted something about auto shipments maybe. But so like if you have, let's just say your PBR or PBV is like 200 and somebody returns like a system, then you don't get your check, right?
Right.
Okay, could you just kind of like go over that really fast?
So that's why it's really, if you run an auto shipment of 80, you're getting paid no matter what happens, no matter how many, if you don't have a single PBV besides your auto shipment, you're getting paid because on your GV, which your personal business volume, we do need to go over this, is what you order and what your customers order. And that's your PBV. Your GV is if you sign a team member and they have customers, that's included in your GV. So your GV will always be higher than your PBV once you have team members and they are selling products. So if you're relying on that 150 PBV to be your commission qualification, if someone returns a product and that puts your PBV down to 120, you will not get paid for that month and it will not roll over. That's why it's really, really important that if you are relying on your PBV instead of your auto shipment, that it's well over 150 in case something like that happens. But I do not recommend doing that at all. I do recommend the auto shipment. I know there's some circumstances where it's just unavoidable. So in those circumstances, I would recommend probably getting at least a 400 PBV before I would rely on that, so that you have that cushion room in case people return product or whatever. And it doesn't cost anything to sign up customers. And so if you're in a month where you can't afford your auto shipment, then you need to sign as many customers as possible to ensure that you're commission qualified for that month. Does that help? Do you have to be 18 to be a loyal? You can sign up as a loyal with your parents' permission, I believe, at any time. But you probably, since they are under the age of 18, you'd probably want their parents to buy the product for them. It's 150 PBV and then 80 BV for the auto shipment. 150 PBV if you want to be commission qualified through that, and then 80 BV for auto shipment. In the post about getting trial distributors, what does that mean? It's basically distributor, but most people don't realize that you're paying, when you pay that $99, you're a distributor for a year. And if at any time you decide to quit, you can. There's no fee. And so wording it as a trial distributor makes people think, oh, well, there's no commitment. I can get out of it at any time. Well, you can anyways, but people don't really realize that. So that wording specifically appeals to some people that they think of it as a no commitment thing, which it is anyways. But sometimes, that's an easier way for people to understand it. The youngest age I've sold product to, me personally, I've only sold to like 18, but I know that there are people that have bought younger. I think actually I did sell a cleanser to somebody that was like 12 before. Their mom bought it for him though. So, and I mean, I give greens to my kids, but I mean, I buy it, so I'm not really selling it to them. Is there any other questions? Okay, I'm going to stop recording. Bye, everyone.